Sweaty. Got a couple hoes, but it's never enough. Couple flows, I be flying so tough. They ask how a younger play cars, no bluff. I'm whipping that shit so dangerous. Really can't crash, I'm stable, bruh. They talking that shit, but they aim. It sucks, fuck demon, time I'm on angel stuff. Who you be trying to get like me? I got shit just really locked away, no key. I got hoes that I can go fuck for the free. I got ships that I can go sell, no sea. I stick to the money like honey, no bee. A bitch act funny, get left on the scene. I got the formula just like quadratic. Break from the chaos and all of that static. Beat up a beat and I surely attack it. Bitch, I can panic, I gotta stack it. Keep it in motion, I can relax it. All of your words will get surely redacted. They have no meaning, you look like an actress. Get what I want cause you're sweaty attractive. Like a girl once in the knees, I was tracking. Now she come in like a cake from the attic. I'm in the house, won't find sweaty in traffic, bitch. Baby, who you tryna be? Why you tryna go there if you don't know what you need? Fucking around with me, you know I can set you free. If you care, man, listen, I won't charge a fee. Switch to that G, free with no leash. Tell me you love me, I tell you it's cliche. Nothing above me and nothing unseen. Pass to the dark and on way to a dream. It's all a part of the plan with no scheme. I run it up, I'm alone in no team. Think that we homies don't know what you mean. You wasn't there through the pain and the rain. Spin it to go, got me going insane. Spitting this shit off the top of the brain. Charge up my cells and I broke your brains. I'm organized like the head of a bank. I get on false for a motherfucking thing. Talking about shit to you, surely be sane. I get money when I blank. I get blessed when I thank, bitch. You. Welcome back to. Okay, I pressed cancel already. Welcome back to the communication station with your boy Sweaty. Back in the building with some cracking some feelings. You know what I'm saying? Attacking some feelings, well, I should say. You know what I mean? So yeah, we're gonna get right into this shit today. Once again, before we do that, big shout out to everybody who's been donating. Big shout out to everybody who's been hitting me up for consultations and shit like that. I really appreciate y'all. And once again, we still advertising for the consultations. You know what I'm saying? Still advertising for donating. Like I said, if you're in a position where it's not possible for you right now, it's not required or anything like that. But still, you know what I mean? We still incentivize and shit. So yeah, we gonna get right into this day. Just, you know, have to give a big thank you to everybody who's been watching and been helping out and shit like that, and hit me up for services. So today we're talking about let's take our power back as a group, as a collective. We need to take our power back and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Especially people who are in a more conscious type of spiritual community who don't really know what's going on at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? And just be viewing things in the incorrect type of manner. So we're going to break down some things today. And I'm also going to explain why I titled the video how I did in the first place, because to be honest with you, I don't like that saying like let's take our power back. You get what I'm saying? That's kind of like internally affirming. If you don't know how to like have internal strength beyond the terminology and stuff like that, because I think that's why I be so misunderstood a lot of the time in general, is because the way that I'm like constructing sentences and phrases and using wordage and verbiage and linguistics and shit like that, like certain terminologies I already don't agree with. You know what I'm saying? And I don't agree to the terms and conditions of that. So whenever I'm speaking something outside of my mouth, like a lot of the times, if it's something that I deem as detrimental or negative, I might like have to use that word to convey some type of message in some type of way. But like inside of myself, internally, in the back of my mind, subconsciously, whatever you want to call it, I'm already like, I'm setting things up internally to not agree with that, or setting things up internally to like confirm within myself certain things that I'm trying to confirm within myself. You get what I'm saying? So for example, when we're talking about something like let's take our power back, outwardly that would make it seem like you are confirming within yourself, if you're not somebody who's like me and can catch it within yourself, you know what I'm saying? That seemed like you're outwardly confirming to yourself that your power has already been taken. So you're in a space where you're already lacking your power and you feel like you need to go and chase and get it back from certain places and stuff like that. And that's the type of thinking that we need to move past and stuff like that. Like, I get it though. There's certain like terminologies and shit like that, and things and ways that they construct sentences to make it understood to the common person, you know what I'm saying? But the meanings and reasonings and stuff like that be a little bit different for everybody. So like I said, for me specifically, like there's just certain things that I change the meaning to. And I like, even if I'm like, for example, if I go to like a job or some shit and they give you like a contract, you know what I'm saying? Like they give you a contract, or even if you got to go to the courthouse, you got to go to the DMV and fill out a contract for your vehicle, or pay a fine for a ticket, or you're signing up for probation, or you're signing a contract to get a job or something. You get what I'm saying? What I be doing in those situations is I'm like confirming within myself, because even outwardly they'll be like, by you signing this line means that you agree to these certain terms and conditions, and da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? Like, but in my mind, when I'm in those situations, like I be making it like I be ignoring what the person is telling me, because I already know what they're trying to say, right? So I be ignoring kind of what a person is telling me in those situations, and I will make up a whole new meaning and reasoning for why I'm even signing this piece of paper or signing this contract in the first place, right? So I like psych my mind up to think like I'm signing this particular contract, even if it is something that I'm gonna have to like pay off a debt over time or something. You know what I'm saying? I'm signing this contract to let myself know that I don't agree to no terms and conditions unless it's been constructed by me. You know what I'm saying? I don't agree to like, or this is something that I'm signing like under duress or some shit. I think that's the terminology that they use. Like, you don't really want to sign it, but you just signing it because you being forced to at the moment or some shit. So I psych it up in my mind to be that certain type of way. And if you do this shit hard enough, like it can actually even change the circumstance and situation that you're going through a little bit, and give you a little bit more ease of process and stuff like that, because you don't feel like you're trying to uphold whatever it is that's on that contract, right? And especially if you didn't read it or some shit like that, like that's why I'd be doing. Even if they like asked me to read it in front of them or something, I would just like, you know what I'm saying? I'd just be saying some shit to myself while I'm, you know, flipping through the pages or whatever, and making it seem like I'm paying attention to what they're talking about. Make it seem like I'm reading the contract, but really I'm just coming up with a whole different type of golem, a whole different type of circumstance, overarching way of viewing, rising above circumstances and situations type of energies within myself. You get what I'm saying? So that when it actually come time to sign on the dotted line or whatever, or sign by the X or whatever, I've already got a whole new circumstance and situation constructed. I've already got something else going on subconsciously within myself. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, you don't have to deal with the stresses and the different pressure systems of where it play out on your physical body, what house system and stuff like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Certain people be going to work, they come back with a headache. Certain people be going to work, they come back dizzy and shit like that. Certain people go to work, they come back nauseous and with stomach cramps, or their back hurting, or their legs hurt. You know what I'm saying? Different shit like that. So that's how these stresses, based on the terms and conditions that you're agreeing to go through with something, whether you're trying to be seen in a certain way, whether you're trying to keep up with society, whether you're trying to do what mommy and daddy told you to do, whatever it may be. You know what I'm saying? There's certain things that you have to uphold within that. So you have to make it be viewed like, I'm going to this job every day, or you have to uphold like, I got to wear this certain type of uniform, and I can't forget my name tag in my hat today, or I'll get sent home, or you know what I'm saying? Different shit like that. So these different stressing systems start to actually apply pressure physically. That's why a lot of people just be unhappy and miserable at their job, and super stressed out and shit like that. And it plays out through the body, like what I just told y'all. You get what I'm saying? So if you're a person who can actually change the circumstance and situation and have it being viewed in a different, unique type of way that you have actually constructed. Like you've taken the power and you have put the effort into it, because it do take like a fair bit of energy and work and shit like that. And you really have to be like on point, because this shit play out in a multitude of different ways too. Like this can be like verbal contracts and shit like that. When you're dealing with relationships and boundaries with people and stuff like that, certain things that you might agree to by accident, just due to how you're trying to relate with an individual at the moment, or due to how you're trying to convey something to them at the moment. Your speech patterns and shit like that might make it seem to them like you're agreeing to certain terms and conditions and stuff. But like I said, you need to have that internal strength to direct it in a new type of way. But if you're actually dealing with somebody that is like on the same type of timing as you and shit like that, don't just keep it internal. Like you need to speak out these terms and conditions. My bad, somebody hit me up. But you need to actually speak out these terms and conditions. If it's somebody that you actually fuck with on that level and they're on the same type of timing as you actually see like longevity within the relationship, whether that be creatively, romantically, friendship wise, whatever, loyalty wise, whatever it may be that you're looking at and going for at the moment, based on the potentiality of this relationship. You get what I'm saying? But don't be so reliant on potentiality. Utilize more of an equilibrium foresight. That way you're not romanticizing things. You know what I'm saying? Even if it go down to a friendship, like even if it's not a romantic relationship, you just somebody who's lonely at the moment and you feel like you need a friend, or you feel like you need somebody to be working on this creative project with you and shit like that. Just utilize equilibrium foresight with it. Equilibrium within your foresight. You get what I'm saying? When you're viewing things in like a more future tense, that way you don't develop anxiety and start to overthink things and start to look too deep into what people are saying to you and how they're expressing to you at the moment and stuff like that. Like utilize equilibrium foresight. Don't romanticize it. Like don't be a lonely person who just like feel like you need somebody at the moment, because that's going to lead to mistakes, and that's going to be you viewing more of a romanticized potentiality instead of what like equilibrium foresight would tell you is actually possible within that relationship. You get what I'm saying? Instead of taking it and romanticizing it and making it a potentiality, that's where you develop your anxiety. That's where you develop your overthinkingness, and that's where you start to make mistakes, because you start to, due to your emotional state towards a certain person, right? You will start to make mistakes as far as giving them more credit than what they're due at the moment, or you know what I'm saying, like giving them more grace than what you would normally give an individual, right? Because you're thinking like, oh, this person, like they look good, they smell good, they, you know what I'm saying, like they seem like a good match for me or whatever. Like I'm lonely at the moment, they seem like they can help me with my emotions and shit like that. Like boom, so you'll start romanticizing that and making this person like greater than what they actually are and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So this will make you involve yourself with an ain't shit. My phone keep fucking ringing. I need to make sure I put that shit on vibrate next time I do this. But you know what I'm saying? That'll make you involve yourself with an ain't shit ass individual just because they can talk to you good and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like they can talk to you good and make you feel certain types of ways based on their speech and stuff like that. Especially if it's a water sign. Like if it's a water sign that has like a good balancing of air and earth properties as well, like these motherfuckers can especially air, you know what I'm saying, if they got like a good like Libra rising, or a good, you know what I'm saying, or a good Gemini rising or some shit like that, you know what I'm saying, they 9 times out of 10 these people can express themselves pretty good, you know what I'm saying. So they have depth already based on their sun sign being in a water sign, like a sun sign Pisces or some shit. You get what I'm saying? So they're already conveying depth of emotion just based on their body language and shit, because that's their sun sign. So that's what's outwardly being seen by people at the moment. You get what I'm saying? So they can already convey a depth of emotion just based on their body language and shit like that. And then with like Gemini or Libra, especially Libra on their rising sign or some shit like that, these people can can talk real good too. So they're conveying the depth of emotion with the physicality, with the body language, and how they're expressing themselves at the moment. But what's actually being expressed hit home and balance that out even more. You know what I'm saying? So like the words will sound good, the fucking vibes will feel good and everything like that. But then you find out down the line, this was just a person who is an ain't shit ass individual, and they was like love bombing you, which is like a fucking term that I be seeing y'all use a lot and shit like that. Love bombing and stuff. I don't know who came up with that fucking shit, but I mean that type of shit do be happening though. You know what I'm saying? Like I see it on the female side and the male side. Like, you know what I mean? You first meet somebody and they're just like real lonely and damaged, or they're trying to use you for what you have at the moment, and or your energy, whatever it may be. And they'll do that type of shit. They'll be extra ooey gooey lovey dovey and shit to you in the beginning. And then like when they get tired of you, or you know they've already drained you, sucked you dry for what they can get off you and shit, then all of a sudden they just start being the meanest person ever to you, you know. And then you realize like, damn, I was kind of getting played this whole time, you know. And that's where a lot of y'all females especially be picking up a lot of y'all's heartbreaks and shit like that from, because dudes can do this real good, because y'all women be liking to hear what sound good a lot of the time. You know what I'm saying? So if they can make this shit look good, they can make it sound good as well. You know what I'm saying? You all in for that shit. So yeah, but like I said, this is just dealing with internal strength. You know what I'm saying? And setting things up for yourself in a certain type of way. Like we kind of got off the rails a little bit with the relationship tip, but I felt like that needed to be broke down a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But that shit play into it too. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how you have strength within these relationships. That's how you can view things more properly when you're actually constructing an internal contract for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Before it come to actually physical means and shit like that. You set up that internal contract within yourself. That way you don't have to deal with upholding whatever somebody is trying to present to you at the moment. You don't have to deal with the stresses of that. You don't have to, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to feel like you need to be seeing this certain female 5 days out of the week or whatever. You don't feel like you have to be going to this job and necessarily stressing about whether you need to bring in your specific uniform for that job, or you need to bring in your you need to make sure you don't forget your name tag and your hat and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Or make sure you don't forget your safety goggles if you're going to work like a factory or something. You know what I'm saying? This is just dealing with your internal contract system and knowing what terms and conditions you agreeing to whenever you go into certain environments and you're dealing with certain things in life. You know what I'm saying? Don't get lost into just feeling like whatever somebody is presenting to you at the moment is how it has to be. You know what I'm saying? You got to have the internal strength to get yourself out of those situations. That way, it's a more, like I said, it's going to be a more ease of situation when you know how to do things like this. When you know how to view things in a more aspect that's more aligned with you and more true to you. You know what I'm saying? Whether that be if you're a person who just needs to like lighten their load at the moment, like you have a lot of things that you haven't dealt with and stuff like that. Like I said, just psych your mind up to believe that whenever you're signing that contract to be signed onto a particular job, or you're signing that contract at the DMV or whatever, if you need to just lighten your load, just have it psyched up in your mind to think like, I'm when I sign this dotted line, what I'm signing for is to not agree to any terms and conditions, not to uphold anything, not to be in debt and stuff like that. That way it just release some of that mental and emotional pressure that you develop and those stresses that you develop. And like I said, it play out in the body in many different ways. You know what I'm saying? And even if it's something that's like strong enough and on a more societal level, and you trying to maintain an image even outside of work, like I said, when it go into relationships that you have with people, this is a form of an esoteric contract as well. You know what I'm saying? What you're relating about, you know what I'm saying? How far the relationship is going to go and stuff like that. So don't let a person, somebody outside of you determine that. You get what I'm saying? Like, this is what a lot of people get lost in too, and a lot of people who claim to be quote unquote spiritual, I see a lot of people getting lost into this too. Like, people be more so on the tip of trying to go with the flow a lot of the time. You get what I'm saying? If you're more like a more relaxed person and not a lot of shit get to you and stuff like that, I'd be noticing that people want to go with the flow a lot more of the time rather than actually putting in the energy work internally to make it external, to actually to be able to determine the outcome of things in a more sufficient way. And I don't mean like necessarily exactly determining every outcome, like that's damn near impossible. You get what I'm saying? But everything's possible. But still, you get what I'm saying? Like it'll help you control things more and control yourself. That way you're not being affected by this. Because if you're a person who's just going with the flow and you're signing up for certain contracts, not knowing what you're doing and stuff like that, you'll have a man or a woman who will fall in love with you and shit like that, and they'll romanticize it and come up with a whole contract of feeling like y'all need to be together forever or some type of shit. You know what I'm saying? And you might not necessarily be feeling that type of way. You get what I'm saying? So that's why we need to do these things ourselves. That way we're not letting outside things determine these things and stuff like that. Even if it's a lease agreement. Like I've seen a lot of people complain about, like, man, I just wanted this apartment, or I just wanted this little trailer or this house just for this certain amount of time. But my landlord told me I could only sign this lease agreement for this certain period. And if I tried to get out of it, I would have to pay off the rest of the rent or whatever. Like, nah, yeah, that's what y'all don't be realizing. Y'all can even get out of lease agreements early. Like I have experience doing this. Like, so I know it worked for real. You know what I'm saying? Like you can even get out of lease agreements early and shit like that. By thinking and feeling a certain type of way, especially like I said, you're not under the pressure to uphold anything, right? So like a person will kind of realize that, even if it's a landlord or some shit, you know what I'm saying? They'll kind of realize that, like, you're not you're more mentally and emotionally light, so they'll damn near be more willing to give you leeway in some type of way. So like I've had this shit happen at a house that I used to live at. I had this happen at a apartment that I used to live at. I got out of the house lease agreement like after like 3 months or something. You know what I'm saying? And the apartment lease agreement, I got out of it. I had to renew it, and then I got out of it like 6 months after that, and I signed on for another full year. You get what I'm saying? And I was supposed to like have to pay them fines and all types of shit. I even got my deposit back from these places. You know what I'm saying? And just another thing too, like you're not gonna be so pressured about upholding something. So you'll just by default, you're already like a good person. You're already like more on a higher octave tip. So you gonna be like keeping your place cleaned up and shit. So there's no, you know what I'm saying? There's no issues. You're probably a person who don't really invite a lot of people over and stuff like that. So you ain't gonna have no issues of people coming and partying and shit like that and calling police noise complaints and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So that right there will help you out a lot more too. Like if you was just a shitty ass tenant and stuff, don't expect, like, you know what I'm saying? Don't expect, and that goes with everything too. Like if you're just signing certain esoteric contracts and you don't know what you're doing, like I said, you're gonna be pressured to uphold some shit because somebody's gonna impose that onto you. Somebody's gonna impose the contract onto you if you don't know what you're doing. You see what I'm saying? So you're gonna be in that pressure to uphold that in all facets of life. You get what I'm saying? So by default, you're going to be reacting and responding in the wrong type of way, and you're going to be unhappy and you're going to be stressed out. So people are going to be more like trying to apply that pressure onto you because that's what you're giving off right now. You're giving off stress. You're giving off like desperation, trying to make it to this job by 4:00 because that's what time I was scheduled to be there. And I signed this contract to say that I wasn't going to be late for work and I wasn't going to miss no days and shit. You see what I'm saying? Stuff like that. So this is the thing. If you don't have an esoteric lawyer that you can call on to, or you yourself don't know how to be your own esoteric lawyer, you get what I'm saying? You will fuck up your whole system because you'll be in an aspect of going through life saying shit like, yeah, we need to take our power back. Like I said, you know what I'm saying? And certain people say this, but I know what y'all actually be meaning. I know, like, you know what I'm saying? I know what space y'all are in when y'all are expressing this type of shit. So don't take this no type of way as in people that I actually know and shit like that, who on the same type of timing as me. But yeah, you'll be a person who's in an aspect of saying shit like this. utilizing constructive words and shit like that to say, oh, we need to take our power back, or I'm stressed out, or you know what I'm saying, like we can't do anything across the internet because the internet's energy influence and how this or that and all this different type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, don't get it wrong. Like it's just another filter. It's just another layering system. So yeah, I'm not gonna get like the true essence of who you really are just by talking to you on the internet, even if we have 100 FaceTime calls and 100 Zoom meetings and 100, you know what I'm saying? Like, still yet, I'm not going to get the true essence of who you are. But by you agreeing that, being on the internet and shit like that, or agreeing that when you communicating with people on the internet, that it fucks up the energy and stuff like that, like, yeah, that you're confirming that, like, you're not signing a contract that says like, no, that shit can't have no power over me. That's something physical. You know what I'm saying? Like that, even when it comes down to food, drinks, whatever you're putting into your body, whether you're smoking 100,000 and buying 100,000 fucking vapes every week, whether you're going and buying 100,000 packs of cigarettes every week, you know what I'm saying? Whatever it is that you're putting into your body, you need to actually program that and sign and construct and create an esoteric contract as far as agreeing or disagreeing to whatever it is that you're trying to uphold or whatever it is that you're trying to get out of it. You know what I'm saying? Utilize it based on element, based on the character that's being represented, based on the you know what I'm saying, just different shit. That's how you actually do it, and that's how you actually receive true benefits from the things that are in your reality. You know what I'm saying? Even if you are a person who just has like certain things sitting around your room, you get what I'm saying? Like you can actually program these things, and you can actually sign a contract with that and agree to be possessing that item at the moment. Because you get what I'm saying? Possessions are a hell of a thing. And a lot of y'all know this and shit like that. If you got family members who are hoarders and stuff like that and just keep a lot of shit around and stuff like that, and then you go to your friend's house who is like a real minimalist and stuff like that, like they don't keep a lot of items around and stuff like that, you feel the difference. You get what I'm saying? Because every single item that you keep in your surroundings, it's like your tools. You know what I'm saying? That's like that's your tool belt at the moment. When you whip out your tool belt, what does it consist of? You get what I'm saying? What possessions do you have in your surroundings? Is that something that you're proud of? Is that something that you want to have around you? Or is the energy burdening and constricting you at the moment? And you barely can find yourself being able to get out of the bed in the morning, or you barely can get the motivation for yourself to get up off your ass and clean your room for the day, or whatever it may be. You get what I'm saying? Like there's a lot of different situations where this shit play out, and what y'all be giving y'all's power away to because y'all aren't like actually constructing it how you want it to be. I was gonna say like making the choice or making the decision. I don't really like that. I don't really like the way that sounds though. You know what I'm saying? Like you more so just taking action is really more what it's about. You know what I'm saying? And just being aware in every moment. Like don't like this is what I'd be noticing. The most significant moments be appearing the most insignificant. Okay, so just take that into consideration. Like the most insignificant moments actually be the most significant moments at the end of the day. Like those small opportunities that you get, those small windows of opportunity. That's why you need to be aware in every moment, and that's why you need to be conscious of what you're thinking and feeling throughout each environmental change and shit like that. Whenever you go to this certain location, whenever you go work this job, whenever you go back to your home, and whenever you're back in your bedroom, how does it feel? Is it something, you know what I'm saying? Like you can construct different areas within your house too. So like if you're a person who wants your bedroom strictly correlated to like relaxation time, like you know what I'm saying, like relaxation time, like comfortability time, like not any type of vibe of working or high energy anything, you know what I'm saying, just strictly rest, you know what I'm saying, just even energy line. You get what I'm saying? You can have your bedroom constructed like that. And if you don't know how to make a separation, like me, you see me, I got my bedroom combined with my studio setup and shit like this. Like this little fucking area, this corner right here is the work area space. You know what I'm saying? Like so whenever I get up here, and I even had to make a more distinct lines in the sand boundaries of how I constructed my room energetically and shit like that. Because if I'm not being careful and like being fully aware in every moment, some of the energy from my rest station, which is my bed where I go to watch my movies and chill out and shit like that. And if I'm not careful, like some of that shit could seep over here into my work area. So I've only been working for 2 hours today or some shit, and I'm already burnt out and tired. Like I need to go and take a nap by fucking 12 o'clock or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how it could play out. If you know what I'm saying? This is how this shit go. You just got to construct these contracts for yourself. Don't be allowing the reality to impose it on you, even if you are the one who constructed it that way. Like I was the one who made sure that this area, the energy in this area is strictly correlated to relaxation. That's why I got the incense sticks and the fucking essential oils and shit like that over there. Like that kind of helped my mind when I see that shit. It helped me remind me like, yeah, this is the relaxation station. So I don't need to be like, when I'm over in this station, I don't need to be trying to be on no communication station type of shit, or I don't need to be on no song making shit and things like that. Like I just need to relax over there. And don't get it wrong, like I sometimes the lines get blurred a little bit, and I like to be during my relaxation time. I like to be thinking about new ideas for things that I could be bringing to y'all on the communication station type of time. And vice versa, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, when I'm over here in the workspace, I don't like any of that. I don't like any of that energy being over here. So I had to make more of a line in the sand right here to not let that energy bleed over here. But this workspace, the creation space, the creation station over in this area, like I like this energy to bleed out through the whole house. You know what I'm saying? So when I'm over here relaxing, I can be having certain attracting certain thoughts and feelings that is more correlated to the creation station type of space. And then even whenever I'm out there playing the piano, or I'm out there cooking dinner, or I'm outside on the porch smoking a cigarette or mowing the yard, whatever. You know what I'm saying? That energy just bleed it all. You know what I'm saying? It bleed out from this area, so I can pick it up anytime I'm anywhere at all. And that's why certain tools like this come in handy. You know what I'm saying? Because I'll be using the air. I'll be using that air to bring it back. You know what I'm saying? I'll be using that air to bring it back. Like I just got certain shit around that remind me of certain things. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll be using that air to bring it back. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to VI Izzle for the hats though. Y'all hit him up if y'all ain't seen it. You know what I'm saying? I'll be using that air to bring it all back. And I have different ones in different locations. I have a shed down at the bottom of my yard. I got some feathers down there. You know what I'm saying? I keep the cigarettes. I keep the vaporizer stick. You know what I'm saying? Different shit like that to just remind me. Keep a little bit of weed, herb green, just to sit on the table. You know what I'm saying? And I like calling it herb green because if ain't nobody ever played Resident Evil before, Resident Evil 4 and shit like that, y'all remember that shit was called herb green back in the day. So I keep a little bit of that herb green around sitting on the table, and I like to keep it at the bottom left of the table and shit like that to remind me of where it's at too. You know what I'm saying? And that's why it's funny too, because now that I think about it, the hat and the feather up here elevated on the top left. You get what I'm saying? So the air is on the top left, the earth is on the bottom left and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Usually I would have it more organized. I would have the water over here on the right, you know what I'm saying? And I would have the fire over here on the upper right and shit like that. As far as a candle, and then maybe like a cup of water or a little fucking shot glass of water or some shit, just to, you know what I'm saying, just to remind me. And that go into everything. If you're a person who want to set up an altar or some shit like that, I had one too. If y'all been watching my IG page for a while, y'all remember the one that I had. It was very in depth, and it was a big one. You know what I'm saying? And I had certain drawings that I had done, wood burning, painting shit, a whole bunch of crystals and gems, all the elements, you know what I'm saying, different things. But yeah, that's the type of shit that I be on. But yeah, y'all motherfuckers, if y'all ain't played no damn Resident Evil 4 and seen that herb green, you ain't on shit. Y'all know what I'm talking about on the herb green tip. I don't think nobody know about the herb green. Or maybe it was, I think they've been calling it that shit for a while, but I'm gonna keep it real. The only Resident Evils I ever played was Resident Evil 4, played it all the way through, and I played Resident Evil 6. I think it's Resident Evil 6. It's Resident Evil 5 or 6. It's the one that's multiplayer and shit. Me and my homeboy played that game and beat the game. We beat the game. We beat the game. We beat the game. Yeah, Resident Evil 6 was fucking hard to beat. That final boss, we were on it for like 2 hours and couldn't figure it out. We had to look up a video to figure out how to beat that motherfucker. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's what y'all need to do. Just start setting up your own contracts. That's how you actually take your power back. Not fucking sitting here thinking and saying words to make it seem like your power is away from you at the moment. You gotta find that. You gotta find that source within yourself. You gotta create that power for yourself. The moment that you looking for power by any external means, whether you want to, you know what I'm saying, whether you want a bunch of subscribers to have a following to make you feel like you're powerful at the moment, or whether you want, you know what I'm saying, a bunch of views on your rap video for the moment, or whether you want, you know what I'm saying, all these different things. This is just more affirmations and more confirmations. Even if you're not saying like, yeah, I feel weak at the moment. You know what I'm saying? Even if you're not saying some shit like that, like, based on your actions, based on what you're doing, the characters that you're representing at the moment, boom, you're just affirming to yourself. You're just more so affirming to yourself through your actions that your power is already gone from you. It's already fleet. So you know what I'm saying? It's a fleeting thing now. You don't have it all the time. You only have it in certain moments. That's why it take for a lot of y'all to get drunk or some shit, or get real fucking high to feel like you any type of powerful or anything, and start to be wanting to fight people, and you wouldn't do that normally, or you know what I'm saying, different stupid shit how y'all be doing shit. But yeah, that's why y'all need to take y'all's power back. Quit playing around and shit. Start using the tools in your environment, and start using your mental tools and shit. Don't fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, like when I was talking about this, how I've got my room constructed and shit like that, you need to pay attention to your creations too. Because like I said, you can create some shit and make it be a certain way. But if you're not keeping up with that and you're not like maintaining that, it'll, you know what I'm saying? It can't stay forever. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta keep like an internal log of shit. Even if you have to write it down. I'm not somebody who really needs to write shit down though. Like I've been doing this lifestyle like fully freestyle. I don't even like, it don't even take for me to fucking remember my dreams and shit. Like I don't even need a dream journal. I don't even need to write nothing down. Like I can remember the dream. I barely have dreams though, for real. Most of the time it's just blackness. But like last night I had a dream. Night before last night I had a dream. I remember what both of them was. Like I don't need to, you know what I'm saying? And beyond that, there's a lot more shit that goes into it besides just keeping a dream journal and shit. Y'all know what I'm talking about though. But yeah, if you can't organize yourself internally, you can't organize yourself mentally and emotionally and shit like that, you might be a person who need to write it down. Excuse me. Especially if you're forgetful. But yeah, especially if you're forgetful. Because like I said, even when it comes into doing shit like this, like coming up with new video ideas and topics, and coming up with new ways to edit your music video, and coming up with new names and titles for songs, or coming up with new flows and ways to approach a beat, and ways to mix and ways to master and shit like that. When you come up with an idea and you don't actually physically implement it into action with the practical application where the wisdom comes into it, you might be a forgetful person and completely forget about that idea that you had. But what you need to understand is 9 times out of 10, that shit is still taking up space within you. You get what I'm saying? So if you're filled up with a bunch of ideas you never took action on and you forgot about them, those bitches are buried deep somewhere and they're still taking up space within you. So you're not going to have the space or the ability to expand, to gravitate new ideas and new ways of approaching things and new, you know what I'm saying? That's why you'll see like it'll take for someone else to do what you was thinking about at a certain time frame and never took action on, for you to be reminded of it and be like, oh fuck, that way you can let go of it and be like, well damn, it's already done now, like I can't do it now. Or remind you that you need to start putting shit into action when it's on your top. Like that's the best time to do it. If you can have access to it right then and do it then, you know what I'm saying? That's what you need to do. But I'm a person like I said, that if you don't have the time and space to act on it in the current moment, this is where you might have to write it down. Like I can even admit to myself, I'm a person who had to write certain shit down whenever I was going and working 12 hours a day and shit like that. Like I wasn't trying to forget certain talking points and certain shit that I was pondering about and shit like that whenever I was on the job and stuff like that. So I myself would have to fucking keep a scrap nose to fuck. I can't even goddamn talk right now, son of a bitch. I started fucking sounding like slithering fucking snakes or something. But I used to keep a scrap piece of paper in back of my wallet to that way I could write down shit and it would remind me. You know what I'm saying? That's dangerous. Somebody do what you be thinking of. That could be your intellectual property. Facts. That could be your footprints in the sand. But you just missed your opportunity. Either that or that's reminding you like, yeah, you had this idea. You need to go into that. And you might be somebody who can do it harder, or you can come up with a new, more efficient way to like, you know what I'm saying? Whenever people be inventing shit and things like that, they have like a blueprint of a fucking prototype or whatever. And when they get it solidified and they get like the real blueprint with the real working thing, they have to get that patented and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So when you get that patent, that is actually a piece of intellectual property. Like that's what, like, they actually physically have something called intellectual property laws. So if somebody has an idea, a concept, some type of expression, it goes down to even certain words and phrases. I don't know if y'all know this or not, but there's certain celebrities who own certain words and phrases. So I can't sit here and say like Shack Attack. I'm pretty sure that's one of them. I can't sit here and say Shack Attack and use that for a song or use that for a brand and get paid off of it without Shaq getting his back end off of it. You get what I'm saying? Like there's certain words and phrases that shit go down to too. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, somebody can sign up for your shit. That might be your shit esoterically, and they might sign up for a first type shit because you was down here putting out those thoughts and feelings. You was putting out those ideas, and you might be a person who don't know how to separate yourself. You get what I'm saying? You don't know how to separate yourself. So you're just fully dived into the collective conscious and shit like that. So when you're putting these thoughts and feelings out there, they're going out to the collective conscious. So anybody can swoop that up and pick up on it. Anybody who's attracted to that light, if it's big and bright enough, you know what I'm saying? Anybody can swoop that shit up, and then boom, that's theirs. You get what I'm saying? Pretty much it's theirs. They just acting out a lesser version of it through their selves or their individual way of doing it or viewing it or how they see it. You know what I'm saying? But your shit might be way harder. Like I said, that's why you have situations where people can design pretty much the same exact knife. You know what I'm saying? But somebody will come along and they'll take that original design and they'll make it more efficient or more better in some type of way. And they get a whole new patent based off of that. So only they can sell that knife. And if anybody sells that specific design of that knife, they have to give them a back end. They have to give them royalties on it and shit like that. You see what I'm saying? That's how that shit play out too. Somebody can come along and look at your blueprint and be like, oh, I know how I can make this better. Or look at your knife or whatever and be like, I know how I can make this better. If I just put a spring or one extra screw in this certain location, it would make the knife pop over better and shit like that. Or it would make it more stability or something. You know what I'm saying? And then boom, they got a whole new branch off of that patent. So now that's their, you know what I'm saying? Now that's their shit. That version of it. You get what I'm saying? That's how this shit actually play out physically. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard to tell a lot of the time who is the actual owner of it. In my opinion, it would be who can do it to the highest degree. You know what I'm saying? Who can do it the best? Which one is actually the most made with the most best materials for the best price point, and they've made a certain amount of money off of it, and it's the most efficient way of doing it or building that thing, or you know what I'm saying? I think, in my opinion, that would be the best one, not the cheapest option, not like, you know. But it's hard to fucking tell. It might be somebody who is a fucking gunsmith or some shit like that down here where even I live, and they only make fucking guns for their homeboys and shit like that. And they might be doing it way harder than anybody you've ever heard of. So you never know. You know, that's like that. That's like that. I just like creative shit in general, but that's like that show Forged in Fire. You know what I'm saying? Like some of them motherfuckers who get on there, like they be making actual businesses off of it. Actually, after they get on TV and stuff, like some people be so dope of knife makers and sword makers and shit, and they just doing it out of their garage with like a fucking propane tank and a fucking bed of coal and shit. You know what I'm saying? And making fucking just dope ass shit. Like I like seeing old school weaponry like that and stuff. You know, I fuck with like old fucking Scottish swords and fucking katanas. Like katanas is like one of my fucking favorite weapons, man. Like I'm gonna have a wall of them bitches eventually. But yeah, I fuck with katanas. I fuck with them old fucking big Scottish swords with like big two-handed weapons. Like that's why I liked playing Elden Ring so much and Dark Souls and shit like that. Like I had fun with that game there for like a 6-month period. I just played the shit out of all of them, and they have a lot of that old school weaponry, you know, and it's just pretty cool. But yeah, we've kind of gotten off the rails here a little bit. Started talking about fucking video games and shit for some reason, but you know what I'm saying? Yeah, all this shit tie into it, you know, all this shit tie into it, except maybe the video gaming part there at the end, you know. The Resident Evil 4 shit tied into it though, because yeah, you gotta keep that herb green around, you know what I'm saying? Keep that bitch on the table, just sitting, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I think we about done. I've hit the bowl one too many times. I'm starting to like, if y'all was here, like my mouth is fucking dry, y'all would know what I'm saying. But yeah. Yeah, appreciate everybody popping up. Big shout out to Misty Rowe, or Trizzy, as I like to call him. Big shout out to Famous Milo. So I've been having some ideas though. I think I'm gonna start doing some reaction based shit too. Like I think I'm gonna start reacting to some like political shit, and I think I'm gonna react to that YSL case with Lil Woody on the stand and shit. That shit has been fucking crazy. I kind of want to see where like what they be trying to, like how they be trying to steer the questioning and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to see how they be trying to you know, because it's just funny. Like I've seen some little clips and shit like that, but based on like the questioning, I couldn't like, because the DA was questioning Lil Woody first, right? So you know what I'm saying? I was watching that shit, and I was hearing some of the questions, but I couldn't like tell where she was trying to go with it because you know what I'm saying? Like anytime she would ask him a question, I felt like he would never give her the answer that she wanted. Like he was always just saying like, I don't recall, or he was saying like, I done told y'all, I was lying to y'all the whole time. Like, you know what I'm saying? I done told y'all. So yeah, I think I'm gonna react to that shit a little bit and peep game from that, because it's funny. I just want to see like where she's trying to go with the questioning, and if she actually gets anything out of them. Because all of the fucking all of the clips I've seen so far, the motherfucker like she never get anything out of the questioning. So I don't know. We gonna see though, because I've seen some shit floating around. I'm pretty sure the defense has questioned Woody at this point. So there's obviously footage of it. Like I be seeing live streams all the time and shit. But y'all changing the reaction game. Damn, I just realized that. Yeah, we about to change all fronts of this shit. I'm just gonna start uploading content of fucking whatever the fuck I want to do, man. Cause I be watching like on my own time, like I be watching like these Chicago documentaries and shit like that. Like there's this dude named Trap what's his goddamn name? Trap Lore Ross. He's like a UK dude, right? And he does in-depth analysis of like drill rap and trap shit. You know what I'm saying? And like gang wars and shit like that. So I was watching some shit about Chicago and stuff, and God damn, man, these motherfuckers are out there wilding in Chicago, bro. They do not fucking like these motherfuckers pulling up at, Yeah, it's just crazy. But I might do some reactions to that shit because I found that type of shit real interesting. And he said, shout out to Jinx. He invented the YouTube reaction vids. Who's Jinx? Are you talking about you ain't talking about Jinxie, like the Rainbow Six player? Is that what you talking about? I don't know who Jinx is. I know who Jinxie is. My dad showed me Jinxie actually. My dad likes watching fucking what's it called? Like gaming videos and shit all the time. No, Jinx, he's an old YouTuber. I've never heard of Jinx, I don't think. But yeah, that's actually whenever I started this YouTube channel, that's what it was gonna be. It was gonna be a reaction YouTube video, and I was reacting to a bunch of memes. I made one video, and I because I had a laptop at the time. I made one video, and like it wasn't sufficiently enough for me. I wasn't good enough with editing at the time. Either that or I guess I probably just didn't have the confidence, honestly. Like the me now, I don't give a fuck. I'll upload this shit fucking raw. Like, you know what I'm saying? But back then, now I'm getting skillful with the editing shit though. If y'all ain't seen, go watch my most recent most recent upload, my newest music video, bro. That shit, I'm getting cold with the editing shit now. So we about to start upgrading from there. I'm starting to put visuals into it and all types of shit. So yeah. But anyways, fucking back in 2014, he invented the YouTube reactions. Yeah, I've never heard of this guy, but yeah, I just wasn't. I guess I wasn't confident enough at that time, or I gave a fuck too much or something. And yeah, I just never uploaded that video. But that was the first video that I ever actually. Bro, that's a lie. I've been uploading videos since I was like probably 12 years old, 11, 12 years old. A lot of y'all don't know this about me. But whenever I was about fucking 11 or 12 years old, we used to have this big ass rock pile and sand pit beside where we lived. Now, this isn't like a place where kids should be playing at. This is like a government place where they come and drop off a bunch of rocks and sand to like build roads or fix potholes or whatever. You get what I'm saying? And they come and store it there, and they've got like big uh like fucking tractors and shit over there. I forget what they call them, big ass things, like the big ass machines that like fucking lift shit and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But they had those machines sitting over there and a bunch of rocks and sand. And shit, we were broke at the time. We didn't go nowhere. We didn't do nothing. Like my mom was really struggling at the time. So we would always go and climb up on the top of a big ass rock pile, and we'd be playing in the sand and shit. And back then I was really into Minecraft. So I've got a few videos under my government name from like 11, 12 years ago, from me fucking doing real life Minecraft, playing in a sand pit, just fucking around. You know what I'm saying? Being a little kid, but they're funny as shit. They're kind of cringeworthy for real. On me, dog. They're pretty cringeworthy. I can't even go back and watch them like all the way for real. I'm just like, man, what the hell was I doing? But I've always wanted to do shit like this. Like even whenever I was a little kid, man, I had a little camcorder, and I used to go around and record me, my brother, and my sisters just fucking around doing random shit in the house and stuff. And like whenever I was a little kid, we had a trampoline at one point, and we used to do tricks on the trampoline and wrestle around on the trampoline. And we used to like what we would do. We were broke, man. Like having a trampoline was like the fucking coolest thing in our life, dude. You know what I'm saying? So what we would do was we would take a cup and we'd fill it up with water, right? Like the biggest cup we could find, right? And we'd fill it up with water, and we would put it in the freezer, but only long enough for it to build up like a shell on the outside of the water. Like the inside was still liquid, but the outside shell was frozen. You get what I'm saying? And we would sit there, set that in the middle of the trampoline, and all of us would bounce around and jump and have a bunch of fun. And that fucking big ass chunk of ice is floating up by us and stuff until it would boom and it would bust all over the place and water would go all over the trampoline. That was like the coolest shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? That was like the fucking dopest shit back in the day. Like, me and my siblings loved that shit. But I would always tell them, like, man, we need to have this was before YouTube and shit too. Like, I'm not kidding about this. Like, this is not something that I would just fucking make up. You know what I'm saying? But I would be like, man, I wish we had a fucking camcorder or a video recorder. We could record this shit and it would be so cool. You know what I'm saying? I always wanted to film stuff. You know what I mean? I always wanted to be on camera. I always wanted to film stuff. So like looking back on that shit, that kind of make me happy of, you know what I'm saying, that I'm doing this shit today and stuff, you know, like that makes me really happy because this is something that I've been wanting to do since I was a kid, you know, like I don't know. Hillbilly Adventure. Yeah, this shit was a hillbilly adventure. For real, escape ass childhood. I don't know what that word means. Escape ass childhood. But yeah, man. It was some fucking fun shit, man. We had a lot of fun. I can't even deny it. You know, we didn't go a lot of places as kids. We didn't do a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? We just stayed at home most of the time. Mom, she worked a good bit throughout our life, a decent bit, but most of the time, Mom really didn't have to work for real. Like, Mom was either with a dude or was getting checks from the government. You know what I'm saying? Getting fucking help checks or some shit and getting food stamps and stuff. So she didn't really have to work that much. You know, which sucked because we was broke all the time, like I said. And she was home all the time. So, you know, her ass was home all the time. So that kind of sucked. She gets stressed out by children a little too much. When all of us was young, like my mom has cooled down so much from what she used to be. You know what I'm saying? Like she used to be real high strung because she had fucking 5 kids by the time she was, let's see. She had 5 kids by the time she was like 32, I think, if I'm remembering correctly. And yeah, man, like dealing with all of us young. And this is the thing. I'm the oldest. Behind me, 2 years behind me is my brother. 2 years behind my brother is the oldest of the sisters, right? So all of us are 2 years apart. So all of us were fucking young at the same time, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? So she had to deal with young ass kids, 3 young ass kids, 2 years apart for a good while. While she's raising a toddler, she's got a newborn on the way. You know what I'm saying? And then when that motherfucker become 4, another still a toddler. This one's 2 now. She got another fucking newborn on the way. So she got 2 toddlers and a newborn when she's like, she had me when she was 17. And then, yeah, so she was real young raising fucking 3 little baby ass kids, dog. I was always the chill one, though. Me and my sister were the chill ones for the most part. My brother was always hectic. He's still fucking hectic. That's just how that shit go, though. But yeah, her ass had 5 kids. She don't play around. No, the oldest of my sisters is 4 years younger than me. She's 2 years behind my little brother. And then from there, Reagan is like 3 years after Sydney, 4 years after Sydney. And then Paisley, which is the youngest of the sisters, she's like 13 now, but she's like 4 years after Reagan or something. But yeah, it was an interesting childhood dynamic. I basically raised Reagan and Paisley myself pretty much. You know what I'm saying? Because Mom was working a lot during those times whenever they was real young. So shit, I fucking whenever Paisley was an infant, she was sleeping in my bed with me overnight. You know what I'm saying? Like she had to sleep in my bed with me overnight because Mom was working night shift and shit. And yeah, Sydney's your age. I'm 24, brother. I'm 24, brother. Sydney is 20 this year. She turned 21 in February of next year. I turned 25 in January of next year. Yeah. Yeah, that's my oldest sister. But yeah, she actually on a trip right now somewhere. My IG live is about to end. I'm 24, man. Damn, if I was 27, I'd be looking good for 27. I still look good for 24. People be telling me I look 16 and shit, but yeah, no, I'm 24, man. Straight 24 in the year of 5 though. That's why I've been attacking this shit. Or wait, I ain't in the year of 5. I'm in the year of 6. I don't know why I said 5. I'm in the year of 6 right now. So I am you know what I'm saying? I am that's why I've been attacking this 6 energy all year. Now, last year on the 5 year, I had to perfect the self-expression. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm Leo North Node. So dealing with the 5, you know what I'm saying? The 5th house space, I just put it in that type of aspect, dealing with my 5 year. And I basically just perfected my own unique self-expression. And now I'm in the year of 6, so that's why I'm attacking really hard on creating with that 5, implementing that 5 that I learned on last year, and using that energy of perfecting that self-expression to come into this 6 year, using the 5 to create with the 6, the sex energy, and then boom, that, you know what I'm saying? That's why I've been attacking so hard this year. And a big shout out to me. It only took me almost 200 videos. So we're getting about half of a person every video. You know what I'm saying? We're getting about half of a person every video. I turned on my YouTube today. I got 100 subscribers today, boys. So yeah, big celebratory for 100 subscribers. But you know what I'm saying? We getting about half a person per video. So that's a pretty good pace, man. If I just keep doing this shit every day, fucking yeah, eventually shit will take off for real. And plus, it can only go up from here. So shit, I'm getting fucking like I got 187 videos. So you know what I'm saying? Roughly half a person per video. So you know, every 2 videos that I upload, I'm basically getting a new subscriber, and that's just right now. You know what I'm saying? That shit could take off way. You know what I'm saying? That shit, like, it can only go up from here. So you know what I mean? Like I can't get into a place where it's gonna go down from there. Like I start losing people unless I just stop uploading for real. Yeah. And Trey said I look older. I usually have people telling me I look way younger. I be having people telling me I look 16 and shit still. I still get ID'd at every fucking liquor joint, every gas station, anywhere that I go. I don't think I look older. I probably act older for sure. But I'm still childish though. I love to be childish. I like to be annoying sometimes. For real. I like to be childish and annoying sometimes. Like that's damn near one of the only fun times that I get aside from making music and doing shit like this. You know? So I gotta find fun and enjoyment wherever I can get it. So if you ever been on the receiving end of me being annoying to you or some shit, my fault. But you know what I'm saying? I just like to be annoying sometimes. Like I just like to say dumb shit to people sometimes to kind of see where they at, you know? Like I like to be that type of goofy with it. Like I just like to say dumb shit to people sometimes to see where they at. See how they gonna react and respond to that shit. But yeah, I'm a goofy for real. I'm a goofy for real. I can't even lie. Life is good though. Life is good. So yeah, I just be finding fun and enjoyment wherever I can get it. You know what I'm saying? But most of the time, it's with shit like this. Like I don't just like go out my way to be annoying to people. But if you've ever been my girlfriend or you've ever been a female and spent a good amount of time around me, you know that I like to be annoying sometimes, for sure. For sure. Like sometimes I'll even like even if I know somebody's getting mad about it, like I even take it too far sometimes. Or it'd be a situation where like somebody I already know that they're right. You know what I'm saying? They might have brought up some shit and I could have been wrong about it, and I already know that they're right, but I'm gonna still sit here and say and act like they're not right and act like I have no idea what they're talking about just to be annoying. That's just me though. I'm a childish little motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I do a lot of adult shit. Don't get me wrong. I do a lot of adult shit. Most of my life is adult shit, but I like to be a little childish, little motherfucker sometimes. But all right, y'all. We out of here. I got a video to edit. I'll catch y'all later. Peep game for the new music video dropping today. Oh shit, I'm hitting share screen. I ain't hitting end. Peace.